Guess who's back? Guess who's back? So in my last video, I showed you guys how to roast a whole chicken, and I said to be sure and save the bones, skin, and scraps, because today we're going to be making chicken stock, aka bone broth. But first, I want to share with you some of the benefits of consuming bone broth. Back in the day, homemade bone broths were a staple in almost everybody's diet. Nowadays, people think of broth as what you would find in the soup aisle at your grocery store. So because we're not making these homemade bone broths anymore, it's directly affecting our health, and it's requiring us to rely heavily on dietary supplements. Bone broths contain minerals in a form that the body can absorb very easily. Components of bone broth play vital roles in digestion and gut health, muscle building, smooth skin, immune system support, blood sugar regulation, and healthy bones and joints. The gelatin in broth is made up of collagen protein. This is the result of simmering the bones, the skin, the tendons, and the cartilage of the animal. Really? Collagen protein contains sulfates, chondroitin, and glucosamine. These are now sold as expensive supplements for arthritis and joint pain. If bone broth has so many benefits nutritionally and financially, it seems strange that we've moved away from making these homemade bone broths. Maybe we should get to it. What are these for? Why are we holding these? Let's make some nutritious bone broths. Here's what you'll need: a gallon of filtered water, the chicken carcass with all the scraps from our last video, 3 celery stalks, 2 carrots, 1 onion chopped up, and 2 tablespoons of unpasteurized, unfiltered apple cider vinegar. And now for my secret ingredient, chicken feet! These little buddies are gonna make this broth amazing. Chicken feet are delicious. Now we're gonna put everything into the pot. Don't forget the vinegar. And cover it all with water. You're gonna wanna let this set just the way it is with no heat for a half an hour. This is gonna give the vinegar some time to do its magic. By letting it sit here, we're allowing the vinegar to leach all the minerals out of the bones and into the broth. Skipping this step would greatly reduce the nutrient density of your broth. So now it's been a half an hour, we're going to turn up the heat and bring it to a boil. So now that we've reached a boil, we're going to immediately turn the heat down to the lowest setting to continue the simmering process. You want this to simmer for at least a minimum of 6 hours, but it can go as long as 24 hours, depending on how much you're making. So now that our bone broth has been simmering for a minimum of 6 hours, I went ahead and turned off the heat, and now I'm going to show you the process of straining out the bones and all the other stuff so we can just have the broth. So I like to remove some of these larger pieces with some tongs or either a slotted spoon. So now that we've removed all the larger pieces, we're going to go ahead and strain off the rest of the liquid. You're going to want to do this probably in a sink. You're going to need 2 strainers, one with larger holes like this, and 1 mesh strainer like this to catch the smaller pieces so that all the broth will go in this larger bowl here. I layer it just like this. It's time to flex your muscles and lift this giant pot. But be really careful because it is steaming hot liquid, so pour it slowly and carefully through the strainers. If you were doing a larger batch, you would want to make sure and do it in smaller batches when straining it. Our delicious chicken broth. I like to take the majority of the chicken stock and go ahead and put it in either 8 or 16 ounce containers, preferably glass, and put them in the freezer for future use. If you want to keep up with my latest videos, please subscribe down below. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more fun in the kitchen.